criticized it ruined the actor's life.
I did go through a depressive episode for almost 3 years afterwards, and it kind of ruined my acting career.
You see, the original Roderick said that he played straight hard. He was simply a downright legend. OG Roderick was the cool brother that everyone looks up to, whilst also being very relatable as a character. In most Diary of a Wimpy Kid character tier lists, Roderick is often placed in top position.
He's going at us. Best character in the series. He's always great.
And in a Reddit post asking what's your favorite Diary of a Wimpy Kid character, about 80% of people said Roderick was the best. Damn. Much of the character's charm was aided by the actor, with people even calling it the Devin Bostic effect. He played Roderick into an unbelievably likable character. But
this happens with a lot of characters where like somebody does such a good job with the role that anybody who follows it just can't, they just can't live up to it. Like another good example with this, it's like not probably as severe, is like Jared Leto playing the Joker after Heath Ledger.
Dick couldn't play Roderick forever. He was already 19 in the first Wimpy Kid movie and would have been 26 if he appeared in the fourth. Greg Heffley faced a similar problem. Whilst filming the first movie, he was only 12, making him 19 with facial hair by 2017. Creator of the series, Jeff Kinney, said, "The Wimpy Kid movies are different from Harry Potter, which follows the kids as they age. Main character Greg is frozen in his pre-adolescent amber."
Yeah, this is the same as like fucking The Simpsons. Yeah, exactly.
You cannot continue to play a wimpy kid when you have muscles and a deep voice. As a result, for the fourth movie, they'd replace the entire cast. But the studio didn't tell anyone until the trailer dropped, understandably frustrating the fan base.
Jesus.
Oh hell no, WTF, really? I prefer the old cast. The new Greg looks like 5. Bad. I want the old actors back.
Then make a time machine.
I have a really bad feeling about this. This bad feeling turned out to be correct, as whilst the studio was testing the movie, we got a lot of laughs, says Kinney. Then the lights came on and people started asking, why didn't they use the old cast? They were genuinely confused about why we'd replace such a good cast. It took us a little bit off guard.
Has it ever thought to you that maybe the problem also was that maybe you've just kind of run this into the ground? Because I feel like this is probably another example of like a Hollywood IP that gets popular, and instead of trying something new, they're just trying to pump a new one out. Yeah, like Fast and the Furious or whatever, milking a dead cow. Exactly. Jesus, calm down. Move
Ironically,
on.
the movie begins with Greg stating this.
This combination of people is just not working.
But there was one specific character who really didn't work. The new Roderick looks like Lord Farquaad. Roderick is now a Japanese girl. They seriously couldn't find another Roderick. They had to pick someone who looks like they've been adopted.
Jesus.
This comment made a pretty good point, especially when looking at scenes like this one. The actor Charlie Wright was part Japanese and had totally different features to the two supposed parents. And while
he's right, I mean, yeah, the kid doesn't look the same as the other one. Exactly.
While the original Roderick looked like a teenage band member, the new Roderick didn't. He didn't exactly look like a person who'd be wearing a Motorhead t-shirt. The original.
You know what the worst thing is that I used to be a skinny little kid that would look like that, and I had my hair like that in high school. So it's like basically I take this kind of personally. I do. I have my this sucks, bro. I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
Original Roderick was also the perfect mix of dumb, smart, evil, and encouraging, whilst they wrote the new Roderick to just be a stupid imbecile with zero positive qualities.
Oh, jeez.
A microwave pizza.
Yeah, they did the same thing with Homer Simpson, too.
Roderick? That's a mini safe.
Being only Charlie Wright.
Wait, did he try to put this in the microwave it? Yeah, that's real dumb. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. That's too much, bro.
Roderick? That's a mini safe.
Being only Charlie Wright's fourth ever acting role, his overall performance wasn't exactly amazing, and the internet was quick to let him know.
I hate
They
the
first
new
mocked
Roger.
his appearance through physical comparison.
Nah, because if you look weird, people are gonna hate you. That's just the way it is. And like, this is one of the things that a lot of people don't really understand. But like, if you look a certain way, people just won't like you. That's it. It doesn't matter like what your personality is. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter how you act. They're just gonna look at you and they're gonna say, this dude looks weird, get him off the fucking screen. Like you? How the fuck you think I know?
Joker, Michael Jackson, Lord Farquaad, Lil Tay, Johnny Depp, Edna from The Incredibles, Leafy is here, the chef from Ratatouille, Randall from Monsters Inc., the new Roderick.
Some of those are pretty close.
Looked like a kid the old Roderick would bully. Whilst all of this was happening, hashtag Not My President was trending on Twitter, which people adopted and parodied to read hashtag Not My Roderick.
Good one.
It was photoshopped onto some paper held by Devin Bostick, leading the hashtag to go mega viral. Yeah, it gained over 200,000 individual Instagram posts, all of which roasting fourth movie Roderick in their own unique way. He went from your daughter calls me daddy to can I talk to your manager? Hashtag Not My Roderick. You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. Name a bigger downgrade, I'll wait. People value the old Roderick more than ending world hunger, and even re-edited the second movie to have old Roderick roast new Roderick.
Oh my god.
Can you explain what you're doing in this photo?
That's not me.
The hashtag became so popular, people then began a movement. On Monday, March...
When we returned to school, so this is like a bunch of 15-year-olds doing this. Like, I don't know why I'm surprised, right? But like, I mean, because it's like it's a thing for kids. But no, this is what happens. This is what happens. If you look a certain way, people are going to hate you. That's just it.
27.
This is really dumb. No, I'm serious.
Everyone, please write hashtag Not My Roderick on your wrist, which hundreds, if not thousands, of people actually did. Friend, hey, you've been wearing long sleeves.
Damn.
Here's the chance.
Holy shit! Who does this? Wait, loaded.
Watch point out.
Did he? That's his band? Oh. Okay. All right. All right, I'm fine. I didn't know that.
Main system.
People
activating combat mode.
Friend, hey, you've been wearing long sleeves a lot lately. Are you okay? Me, yeah, I'm fine. Not my Roderick.
Jesus.
In the process, they changed his Wikipedia. Charlie Wright is a greasy, corn-looking Leafy is here. Jeffree Star's cousin with Down syndrome. Lord Farquaad imposter Willy Wonka-looking Pleakley Freak, who's playing my daddy Roderick Heffley in the 2017 film Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul.
Shit. See, it's probably girls writing this shit because they don't think this dude's attractive. That's the reason why it happens. That's tragic. Feel bad for the actor? Well, this is just the way it is. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, this is just the way it is. You get mad about it. You say it's mean. It is mean. It's sad. But it's not going to go away. That's life.
See, he looks like Corn and or a soccer mum.
Ooh.
This is not Roderick. His old Instagram posts filled with nothing but insults, while literally dozens of petitions called for old Roderick back, one of which gaining over 20,000 signatures.
So dumb.
Another petition was proposed on the Wimpy Kids subreddit. Change upvotes to the true Roderick and downvotes to the fake Roderick. Almost 7,000 people agreed. Things had gotten so bad.
Bro, like, I gotta say though, I mean, this is I feel like this is a bit of an overreaction. Yeah, it is a bit of an overreaction. Like, this is, yeah, I mean, like, damn. I mean, I understand, like, you're in 9th grade. This is probably the worst thing that's ever happened to you. But, like, man, you gotta calm down.
They'd get help from the old Roderick.
Fox just sent me the new trailer for Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul and asked me to make a reaction video.
Who was encouraging to the replacement.
I just wanted to say to Charlie Wright, the new Roderick, I gracefully pass on this torch as Roderick. It's time to let go and know that there's a new man in town and someone's got to rock and roll, and it's you.
But people didn't buy it. He tried to be nice, but inside he's screaming.
No, he's not. No, he's not. And what do you mean? He doesn't give a fuck. He played the role for a long projecting, yeah.
Thought he was about to cry when he saw the Walmart version Roderick. You can literally see his sadness from his eyes.
Man, kids are so stupid, aren't they? They're so dumb. Was this during COVID? I guess this might have happened during COVID. So, like, this is like where they didn't get a chance to, like, see real people. And so, yeah, right. And 2017, oh, okay, it wasn't before COVID. Damn, 14-year-old girls post this? Yeah, exactly.
Even if he's not expressing it. Despite the hardcore backlash, the studio thought fans would learn to love the new cast.
But I think that the new cast does a great job.
Kinney believes audiences will come around.
See, that's not the way it works, bro. Like, if people don't like the characters, then that's it. Like, there's some actors and some people that audiences just don't like. And it's the same thing with streamers, too. Like, there are some streamers that try for a long, long time to be popular, but it never works because people just don't like them. Straight up, like, that's it. They just don't like them. And I'm just saying, like, that's what it is. Never works, yeah. And, like, if you have, like, a weird appearance, people aren't going to like you. That's it. And I think that a lot of people downplay the value that looking normal or being attractive plays in media. It's actually probably in my opinion, I think it's probably the most important thing. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be a 10 out of 10, but if you have something wrong with you or there's something weird about you, that's a huge issue. It's a huge, huge issue. Like, and for me, right? And so I tell y'all personally, like, whenever I was trying to grow my stream, I used to always cover my mouth. So whenever I would smile, so people wouldn't see that I was missing teeth. Because I knew this shit was true. I knew for a fact this was true. And that's it, literally you. Exactly, right? And so that's the way it is. Danny DeVito wouldn't have a career if he wasn't such a man-hung. Everybody always likes to look at exceptions and then be like, well, what about this exception? I'm talking about rules, bro. I'm talking about norms. I'm talking about the averages. And also, Danny DeVito, here's the difference, right? Is that Danny DeVito plays roles that play into his appearance. That's the difference. And so, like, basically, if Roderick was playing a character that's annoying and obnoxious and gets beat up, I think people would like him a lot. You see what I'm saying? And he's not a penguin? I don't know if he's a penguin or not. I don't remember that or not. But I'm saying, like, in a lot of Danny DeVito movies, he plays a role that's, like, kind of, it plays into his appearance. And so that's really, yeah, he was a good penguin. Yeah, exactly, right? He weaponized his appearance to his favor. Yeah, exactly. And so anyway, here's the point. If you look weird, people will hate you. Period. And it becomes more true with younger audiences. Massive
people
debuff.
are still so invested.
Crazy debuff.
It's going to take kids a few minutes to adjust to the
crazy
new cast, and then we're off to the races.
I think it's going to be the best Diary of a Wimpy Kid yet.
A professional critic even said, "The Long Haul is going to be his movie of the summer," says McNamara, who doesn't envision the outcry hurting the movie's box office or home release.
They're delusional. Yeah, they're delusional. You look weird and people like you? Yeah, but a lot of people hate me too. That's the thing. A lot of people don't like me. A lot. Like, I have a lot of people. And by the way, if you go and you look at any of the comment sections, 90% of them are people attacking my appearance. You go and you look and you see it. I'm just saying that's the truth. Like, I'm not saying, like, oh, believe me. I'm saying find out for yourself. And you're not in a movie. Yeah, I'm also not playing in a movie either.
However, this wasn't the case. Despite its budget of $22 million,
a lot of money.
The film opened to earnings of $7.1. It received just 4.3 stars on IMDb and a measly 19% on Rotten Tomatoes. This film is unwatchable. I suffered through 91 minutes, which somehow felt longer than the extended edition of Fellowship of the Ring.
That's bad.
The new cast was horrific, the script was aimed at toddlers, and the acting was the worst that I've seen in recent memory. The movie was further blasted in videos such as this one, with 24 frames of Nick stating, "I legit almost puked while watching this movie. I had to pause and rewatch the originals just to keep my sanity."
Because you don't like the person, that's it. It's just that simple.
Jason Drucker, who played fourth movie Greg Heffley, explained he almost deleted social media due to the backlash, and he wasn't even the primary target of the hate campaign. So how did Charlie Wright feel?
Probably not
good.
Well,
7 years after the movie first came out, he'd make his own YouTube channel and post a video titled Life is Not My Roderick.
There you go.
When the world found out that I was playing Roderick, they weren't very happy. People just didn't like me. I don't know.
He'd explain what had happened as a result of the hashtag.
The random death threats were a little disturbing. And to have people saying that they wished I was dead just for doing my job and being in a movie was kind of crazy.
Of course,
also mentioning they cancelled 2 planned sequels.
The other 2 films that were planned to go ahead after this one were canceled.
Meaning he missed out on a massive sum of money.
Yeah, so people just don't like you. Like, that's it. That's it. And like, this happens in every in any entertainment industry. Yeah, that's it. It sucks. No, it does. It does suck, but that's just life.
First movie, I made $75,000. Now, if we made a second movie, I would have ended up making $125,000 for that one. Okay, last but not least, if we made a third movie, I would have made $300,000 on that.
Wow. He'd therefore struggle with his mental health.
I did go through a depressive episode for almost 3 years afterwards.
Making leaving his house a troubling experience.
So I had this feeling that whenever I went out, people were either like judging me or hating me or laughing at me.
And as a result, he'd just retire from acting completely.
It kind of ruined my acting career. And to be honest, I never really liked acting.
The saddest
part, because people aren't going to want to cast you again if they see that your casting caused the show to not be successful. What's so weird about your appearance? No, the thing is, I'm just saying, like, this is what I don't decide what my appearance looks like. Other people do. Other people, it doesn't matter what my opinion is. It matters what other people's opinions are. That's the point. And so I can say and think of whatever I want about myself, it doesn't matter. Bro got a perma acting debuff? Yeah, exactly. It's sad he got screwed over with the industry. It's life. This is just the way entertainment is. It's the same as like, you look at the top 100 female streamers, not a single one of them is ugly. That's a fact. It's just the way it is. That's the game. You don't like the game? Play another game. Straight up.
But as suggested here, was that he didn't deserve any of it. His style was chosen by the production team.
Yeah, so this wasn't my idea at all. I don't know why they decided to go with this weird haircut. I just remember going to the makeup trailer every day and having them put an insane amount of hairspray until it turned into like this really crusty, hard helmet bob.
And as a result, everyone instead began to defend him. The internet owes you an apology, my man. Sometimes people forget that actors are real people with real feelings. Goes through a 3-year depression slump and comes back to forgive his undeserving audience. What a class act. Wishing you the best, Charlie. I do know nothing declared we should be ashamed.
What I'm trying to get across is that we shouldn't have attacked Wright or anyone else. Our best option should have been to stay silent and not watch the movie because Wright is a human being.
While Twitter began to state,
it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. Like, I've noticed this, and this is true, like, anytime that I will watch I have a really dark opinion on this, because, like, I've streamed for a long time, and so I have to deal with this a lot myself, like, firsthand and secondhand. I'm saying, like, secondhand, like, every time that there's a fat chick that comes on camera, probably 10 people get banned. Because that somebody goes, hog, oh shit, man the harpoon, look at that fat bitch, oh my god, look how fat she is. Why should get her off the screen? What's this fat bitch doing on my screen? I'm gonna turn my computer off. Oh my god, what is this fatty doing? What's she doing talking about? She talking about food and sitting around. Yeah, Moby Dick. Exactly. And so they just typing this shit in there. And I'm like, I can't have this in my chat. And then somebody has like a weird shaped head. People say egghead. Oh, egghead. What's this egghead? Oh, look at his forehead. Oh, bro, look at his head. He got an egg for a head. And then, let me think of a bald. Oh, look at him. He's bald. Look at Baldy. Oh, shit, Baldy. Somebody's got a mole. Everybody's talking about the mole. That's just what it is, man. Yeah, and people, like, they just let those demons out of themselves. They don't think about it. They don't care about it. They just let the demons go free. You're right, and I hate it. Yeah, and that's it, because people never going to think about that. And also, the thing is that it is the lowest common denominator, which means that it's the highest accessibility. So a lot of people do that. A lot of people do that. It's partially your fault that this happens. Yeah, but it happens everywhere. That's what I'm saying, right? Is like, obviously, like, here's the thing. I try not to make fun of people's appearance unless they're a fake character, right? Like an actual individual, like a real person, I really do try not to make fun of people's appearance. Even if they make fun of my appearance. I do try. Like, I've tried. I don't always do it, but I try. And so anyway, what I'm saying is this is on the internet as a wholesale type of situation.
Personally hated the movie and the characters, including Roderick. Charlie Wright should never have received those nasty comments. Therefore, his positive attitude has been extremely admirable.
Do you regret doing the movie?
I would have.
No, not at all. It was and still is the best acting experience I've ever had in my life, and I find myself very lucky to have been able to do that movie and portray that character.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Diary of...
I feel bad for that guy because, like, he just got, you get put in a position like that. I feel like what happened with him is what's going to happen with whoever plays The Witcher. Because it's not going to be Henry Cavill at the end of the day. It's just not going to be. And big surprise, people aren't going to like that. And destroyed his career. Yeah, no, you're right. And Harry Potter kids, yeah, for sure. Doing this as a movie, I feel sorry for actors like this. They get a ton of backlash for one role they played and it ruined their entire career. It's just because people look at you, they don't like you. That's it. And we can talk around it. We can talk around it all you want, but there are people like, because I'm not the kind of person, like, I can't look at somebody and then instantly dislike them. I don't have that in my head. That's just not how I am. It's not how I'm programmed. But other people do. And I notice that with other people. And when I see it happen, and it's incredible. House of Cards last season, well, I'm not sure about that. I have no idea. But the patterns, yeah. And I see other people that are like that, and I'm like, man, this is a huge weakness, right? Massive weakness. Worst example was young Anakin. I don't know about that or not. Cavill fans already hating Hemsworth and he ain't even ugly. It's just standard recast reaction. Yeah, I think so too. No matter how ugly someone is, I treat them with respect until they give me a reason not to. Yeah, but like, this is a show for kids. And so, like, that's the problem, is that, like, kids don't care about other people's feelings the same way that adults do. And they don't understand how to act in a way that's not disrespectful or hostile because they're little kids, right? I mean, this is it. Like, a 14-year-old girl isn't going to get this. It's not just looks, it's changing the whole character that was well written, probably the fault of the writers. Oh, no, you're definitely right. But, like, with how many of these appearance things that they have, is obviously the appearance, too. The appearance clearly plays a role. And so that's what I'm really trying to get at, is that, like, in media and entertainment, the way that you look matters a lot. And if anybody says it doesn't matter, they're delusional. That's the truth. The general population generally dislikes unattractive people. People are people, man, and most of the time you get great, humble people regardless of looks. Yeah, they do. They'll just they won't like you. Yeah, straight up to line. Yeah, people just lying to you. Like, well, they're not lying. What they're doing is they're hoping that they can speak a reality into existence. They're like, well, maybe if I say this enough times, it's going to become true. But that's just not what happens. There's literally something called the halo effect. Yeah, and like there's the opposite of that, the demon effect. You look like a demon, people are going to think you are. People don't like the replacement of the actors, no matter who they picked, will still complain. Yeah, I think there's definitely, I mean, you're fighting an uphill battle no matter what. Like, that's definitely true. I figured I would watch this for no particular reason. Just get scissors.
No fear of cockroaches is actually a pretty impressive skill to have. Japan has this lady, we have Asmongold, who's attracted to some... You ever want to lay down all day while consuming as much entertainment as possible so you can distract yourself from life? Like some sort of weird human baby? Or a human turned into a worm. It's way easier to do nothing compared to dealing with all your grown-up responsibilities. No one told me about taxes, bills every month, the tedious task of thinking of what to eat every single day for the rest of my life. Sheesh.
Chipotle. Problem solved. I just answered it.
The guy just be a baby again? Unfortunately, that's not a possibility for the majority of us until we can figure out how to Benjamin Button ourselves.
That's why you have to be a streamer.
Thing is bed rotting, eh? We're told that if we embrace hustle culture, work really hard, then we can achieve our dreams. The amount of effort you put into your career, the more well off you'll be during retirement age. Your future is created by what you do today, said the president of some country. So why me have...
Which, by the way, is true. Like, I know people like to meme on hustle culture and say that it's stupid, but yeah, working hard and working out and eating healthy and trying hard at your job will result at a positive outcome at a higher ratio than not doing those things. Yeah. True.
Graduate degree, but work as barista with no house or car.
Yo, this is Patrick.
Well, that's kind of the reality we live in now. The American dream has literally turned into something you can only see when you're dreaming. No matter how many hours you put into your career, how much you invest into your education, which ends up being a piece of paper and bank account jump scare, unless you're born wealthy or with a little bit of nepotism on your side, life's just one long slugfest of working until you're old and then... That's kind of soul crushing. So taking the...
I don't think that's entirely true. Like, I think that it's true for a lot of people, but for the people that I know that have that mentality in life, I think that if I look at what they've done in their life, it's a lot of nothing. Like, they really just didn't put in a lot of work and effort into things, or they aren't really, like they're not hard workers. And that's it. It's not true. There's a lot of people that grow up and they come from, you know, maybe not the Section 8 housing, but they come from humble beginnings and they work hard and they have good jobs and they're successful. It happens very commonly. It doesn't happen all the time. And it doesn't guarantee it. But it certainly happens a lot more than not doing it. But I can see where people come from, right? Because it's like, there's some people that see that and they're not getting the results that they want. Now, is it their fault or not? At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter from their perspective, because if they feel like they're not getting the results they want, then they start losing interest with reality.
Entire day off from time to time to rest and not think about 1,000 things at once helps us avoid burning out. The best feeling is working really hard, then taking 1 to 2 days off with your brain turned off to do nothing. Although bed rotting is a trendy activity we've been seeing that goes further than a day of self-care. You're in your room, laying in bed all day, except you're not sleeping, but doing passive activities to avoid life, like scrolling on your phone, watching movies, counting the pores on the ceiling. Think of it as stress-inducing procrastination, where instead of relaxing at a spa, you're closing your eyes so you don't notice that the building is actually on fire. You can find a lot of content from Gen Z and millennials sharing their bed-rotting experiences, either for clout and views since it's trendy to do so, or to connect with others who are going...
There's a trend. This is how it can look. Yeah, it's about right. I mean, she's still pretty young, probably, that's got this here, because, like, look at all these pencils and shit, right? So she's probably in school or some shit.
Going through something similar. There's been a shift in the public sentiment from this being a quirky activity to this isn't good. It depends on the severity. A little bit of bed rotting can just be someone taking time off, but extreme levels can be linked with someone who's mentally unwell, especially when you see rooms that don't have floors anymore.
Who would do that? Who would possibly do? Wow, this is so bad.
With so much junk, and the bowls and dishes with old food in them started making their own clothes to wear.
Bed rotting is a trend where you just kind of enjoy the time that you have in your bed.
You can see this person right here on TikTok who made a video about their trend. They have cups laying around their room.
That's
just
disgusting.
Filled with mold because they're just bed rotting. All of these cups, Chick-fil-A containers, all of this stuff has just been piling up because all they do is lay in their bed all day.
I know we shouldn't eat mold, but why it look like I kind of want to eat it? We shouldn't be glamorizing
They're not that good, trust me.
But focus on curbing it instead by sharing tips or showing our progress when we finally decide to clean our rooms.
Here's what you're gonna do if you've already rotted half the day away and you kind of regret it.
So that was a little taste of bed rotting in the West. Now in Asia...
See, for me, like, I have a lot of days where I do that. I do, and like I will have days where it's like a vacation. I take a vacation from life. Like I don't call anybody. I don't answer anybody's calls. I can't do this as much anymore. And I think that it's had a negative effect on my psyche too. Like back before I had as many responsibilities as I do now, I actually had a lot of cases where I would be able to spend like a week or a few days away from other people, and I would come back a better person because I just can't be around people that much. It makes me insane. It makes me psychotic. Yeah, it must be nice. Yeah, and now it's way, way, way worse. And so for me, like, yeah, I think that like some of this is healthy, but it's like it's one of these things where it's always like self-indulgence is the problem, right? Where it's like you're doing it all the time. That's the issue.
This isn't just a concerning phase anymore. A few cups with moldy drink in them is nothing compared to the DIY hill you made in your own home out of trash. I like sledding on a fluffy white hill as much as the next person, but this seems like a biohazard. There are two content creators from Japan that kept popping up on my timeline who have quite the interesting following. The first one is Haritsu, an Indonesian college dropout living in Japan who's known for cooking food that is well beyond its expiration date, eating it, and somehow surviving. And we're not talking about a yogurt that's a few days past its best before date. I saw this man take...
Yeah, I've never really done this before. I'm very much the kind of guy that if something is out of date by one day, I will not eat it. Like, this is the one thing that I actually am very, very specific about.
Resident Evil looking rice from underneath the sink, give it a bath, then make it into a somewhat decent looking dish.
Yeah.
You would have never known how old and how unrefrigerated his ingredients were. This is a health inspector's nightmare. If they went inside his house, they would cry, fail him, and then shut down the kitchen. This isn't even a restaurant. At least he's not wasteful. The second creator is Shiro.
Yeah, that's not really so bad. I mean, like I've seen people that eat nasty stuff like that before. It's like it's whatever. Cause like you're gonna heat up a lot of that and it's gonna burn off the mold, etc. And so yeah, it's not that bad. You made this trend, man. It's your fault. I do think that, like, I mean, this girl's 1999, right? So that means that she's, what, like 24 or something like that? So, yeah, I mean, I was doing that 25, yeah, either way. Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely some of these people could have grown up seeing me and Asmongold's Lair and been like, wow, you were one of the first people to do this? Yeah, like I released Asmongold's Lair when this girl was 11. Oh my god. That's fucked up. I could have done this.
Kumatian Daisuke 1999, who is infamous for living in a home covered in trash while sharing the small space with a lot of roommates. Sure, times are tough and we gotta do what we gotta do, but it's like more than a reasonable amount of people. Between all of them, there's at least 1,000 legs, 1,000 arms, bugs. Her roommates are bugs.
Just get scissors.
Damn, if all these
access the elevator and take it down.
No, not right now.
Showing up in my home, I would have to put on full production stuff.
Intruder detected. Threat level unknown. Detected 1.0. Commencing termination. The defense system is activated. It's got eyes on you. Fight back.
Who's freaking for somebody?
The elevator's locked out.
We have no choice but to jump. Let's go, Raina.
AP at 50%.
Oh boy, oh boy. Here we go. I have.
I feel like that roach is in his house.
Get him out. What are you doing, bro? Get out of my head.
Well, those movie cups are basically a cute little garnish compared to living with 5,000 freeloading roommates that don't pay rent. At least they don't pay rent.
I have a spider that was in my my bathtub.
That's the penalties.
And he was there. I think that there's actually 2 of them. They were really big too. I took a picture of them.
The partition's moving.
It's like it's part of the show. It's like a bathtub. It's like
Commencing termination.
But it was about the size.
Signing intruder threat level. Threat level 4. 6. Level 6. Resistant to termination. Preparing for defense phase 1.5.
You know, ready to go. Yeah, nice.
You're clear.
It's not a big deal.
I'll find a way to get that partition open.
I mean, it's just a spider.
Stand by for now,
What the fuck's he
621.
gonna do? Spiders are helpful.
Over there.
Yeah,
I've
that's
sent
what
you
I
a
thought.
marker.
I had to cut him in half. Like, yeah, like we had a good thing going here, you know, and then you fuck this up. Now there's a wasp, bro. You had your chance.
Did you find an access point?
Yeah, to come out. Yeah, no. Well,
Good
what
job
I do with
sniffing
the
that
spiders is that I try to kill them. But if the
Unauthorized
spider
access
gets away
detected.
one time,
Transitioning to phase
I hurt the
1.5.
spider. Because I feel like he's past, you know.
Say, sleep on the walls. That being said, I'm not 100% sure this content is made by people who are actually going through something, or
It's changed its combat routine, Raven. Watch out for those plasma missiles.
AP at 50%.
Well, let's talk about the work culture and how intense it can be compared to our silly little corporate errands and elite employee bosses. In China, the belief is that the harder you work, the more will pay off. You put in 40 years of working really hard, and the fruits of your labor should show that, which was true many decades ago when the economy was started. There wasn't as much competition. Farm, hearse, family, working
It's
the
changed
same
its
job
combat
for
routine,
their
Raven.
entire life. Now,
Watch out for those
if
plasma
you can
missiles.
afford one of these things, then 1960.
AP at 30%. 2 repair kits remaining.
40 hours a week.
It's tracking you, 621.
If you don't want to control mode, that's very
Evasive action.
that's younger and less weathered.
Companies outrage everything say jail is better than work. Yep, there it is. I mean,
You've got
for
it in
me,
your
like,
sights now,
what about
621.
mosquitoes?
Just need to get a little closer.
AP at 30%.
I know people might not believe this, but I've seen mosquitoes bite me.
You're up close now, 621. Destroy the target.
Raven, it'll be easier to immobilize if you aim for the neck
bite
joint.
me, they float around after like 10 minutes. And so,
Dependencies sustaining damage. These artillery platforms.
months. Boo! Well, putting in overtime.
Sounds like a loser to me.
This expectation that you need to dedicate your entire life to work for a mediocre life is causing younger generations to realize, bruh, this sucks. It's
well, this is always the way it was. Like, peasants would have this happen back into 1500s, except for instead of retiring, the lord would conscript them to go to war against the other lord that they had like a disagreement like 5 years ago, and so then they just kill each other, and that's about it. Like, it's actually always been like this. It has been, yeah, and like that's like, yeah, and like then, or maybe they just decide to kill you because, you know, why not? Yeah, feudal times are the best. Well, yeah, you need a war? No, I mean, you could figure out other reasons to kill people. You didn't just need a war. But yeah.
Watching the starry-eyed graduate who's excited to join the workforce turn into the bitter, jaded employee who's ready to retire in the span of 5 years instead of 50 years. You know what you get after working 50 years for a company nowadays? An email.
50 years.
Let's go. This is where the survey begins in earnest.
A term called Bailan started trending in Chinese online gaming communities, which translates to laying flat and lowering one's goals. Basically saying, no thanks, I think I'll pass. There's a lot of talented, hardworking people out there we're still going to be scraping on their own form of everybody to do so.
It's because, like, I work pretty, like, I don't really take days off of streaming. Like, for example, like, after I do my stream today, like, I have to, like, go grocery shopping, and at the same time I'm grocery shopping, I also have to be part of a meeting, and after that meeting, I have to do another meeting after that with somebody else. And then after that, I'll probably call my dad and check in with him and see if is that number one, I'm doing a lot of it on my own time, and like, for example, like I don't have to drive somewhere. I can do what I want to do, you know, like for the most part, like whenever I want to do it. And
according
also,
to the structural drawings,
making
the
a lot of
route
money
continues past this partition.
And so there's like a freedom
like
that it provides me.
Let's find a way to bring it
freedom
back
isn't really
online.
as important anymore because I've already kind of like hit that threshold. But you know,
And wait for you, Raven.
a big thing.
You're gonna die, traitor.
It's about that. That's not important. It's a big factor. But I think the equal factor for a lot of people is the fact that they don't really feel like they're getting like they're not they're putting in. I think that's how burnout happens. Burnout doesn't happen from working a lot. Burnout happens from working a lot and getting a little.
Control panel identified. This should get the power back online.
Yeah. And there's less risk of getting burnt out. Basically, keep your expectations low for everything you're doing. Japan also has a similar working culture. It's based on intense
The elevator's back
ethics and
online
extreme
too.
dedication to
Let's
the
take it
company
back
you're
up to the
working
upper
for.
level.
If you're just starting out in the workforce, they have a strict hierarchy system you need to follow. If the boss says, put on a furry suit and start serving your country, then you better start learning that K-pop choreo ASAP.
The partition should open now. See if you can get access.
There have been one too many furry references in my videos. You also need to show that you're
It's not his fault. Like, there's too many
The
furries.
heat exchanger section's up
Furries are
ahead.
getting too popular.
This is around where the comms log for Balin's
can't
advanced
believe
squad cuts off.
I'll tell you that.
By drinking with your coworkers every night.
Been
How is
waiting
that
for you,
European player?
freelancer.
Well, it's all about tradition.
It's headbreeder.
Like, oh, band.
Gunfighter Dawson.
It's not relevant.
I'd like to get back above ground. Let me tell you, I'm sick and tired of this pit.
Like whether my job is
It'll all be over once your sorry ass is dead. My ears. Not now. That crack messed me up.
AP at 50%.
Tricks
sociopathic? Well, it's not really being sociopathic. It's like just that.
I swear.
Like if there would be an easier way to do something that I would want to do, then I would do it.
Being trapped down here, it's dangerous.
I mean, it's really it. I mean, there's not like a lot of.
Defense program station 40. Identified. Threat level 7.
The point's to make money, yeah. Like I just want money. Like whatever gets the money.
Raven, watch out. That weapon must be guarding the steps.
Yeah. And forget about this. Get a quick nap on the subway before you need to show up for your shift, but hey, that's the culture. Did I also mention Japan has the highest levels of working hours in the world, where employees can average 80 hours of unpaid overtime per month? The anime Zom 100 does a really great job at showcasing this lifestyle in their first episode. All this pressure from work, school, and families that fit into your expected societal role, you can see why this bleak overview of the future is causing younger generations to be discouraged.
Defense program station 40. Intruder identified. Threat level. Raven, watch out. That weapon must be guarding the steps.
I did this for as long as I could.
Let's see what they
great.
have.
I was so happy being a need. Like I was so happy.
Defense program phase 2.5. Intruder proximity to critical sector confirmed.
Bro, like, why are people defensive about that too? Well, I mean, look, it's just about the idea of like what they're doing mattering, and I understand why. I get why. It's just not something that I feel like. I just don't feel that one.
Long-term goals here, just surviving through each day while doing the bare minimum. As long as you have food, housing, and entertainment, then you're solid. A more intense form of the lifestyle is a hikikomori, which is a Japanese word that translates to pulling inward, being confined. This is where you withdraw yourself from society, where you
inward, like inside yourself, not
Looks like
inward,
it's connected
like
to the control room.
Modern day things. Yeah, usually consists of people.
This is basically me.
Yeah, pretty much. Still late 30s.
Mostly guys. This guy right here, his favorite game is definitely Honkai Star Rail or Fate Grand. Absolutely. Yeah, this is the Nikkei. Yeah, there you go.
Experts believe that is a condition caused by traumatic experiences or shame or grief.
Could the pressures of Asian...
It's not even that. It's that people grow up being losers. They're not accepted by people in school. They're ugly. They don't really feel like they're part of culture. They don't fit in. And then people don't like them. And then they disconnect from society slowly. And then before you know it, that's where they're at. That's traumatic experience. Well, you could say it's traumatic, but like what I'm saying is that it's not like you had one bad experience and then everything changed. You're right. It's like basically death in 1,000 cuts. Like, that's kind of the way that I'm seeing it, right? It's something that's like before it happens. It's something that happens over a long-term, like percentage of time.
Societies be the root cause of these content creators and their strange
We're in the control room. Now let's find an access
That's just
point.
the theory. A moldy rice cooker theory. Speaking of food that would definitely shave off years of a regular person's life,
I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people do it. Like, for me, one of the reasons why I didn't really have a problem sharing my lifestyle whenever I was a lot younger and I first started doing it. I don't know if anyone was really doing it before I was doing it. Maybe, I'm sure there were, it just wasn't as like known. It was that I really didn't like how much like shame was in the culture that we have. I would always get shamed a lot for doing or saying or thinking different things. And I always really just like never really understood being ashamed of something. And I know this might sound really bad, but I've never felt any shame for anything bad that I think that I've ever done in a genuine way.
Like smooth sailing,
even if it's something bad that I did to somebody,
you hardly need help
I just don't even think
so
about it, right?
Exploring.
And so I think really like expressing yourself and being able to own who you are is something that's like the only thing that you can do at a certain point. Because if you feel like you've been isolated and alienated away from culture as much as you can, as much as possible, then eventually you just decide to yourself, I'm no longer gonna keep playing this game, right? I don't want to keep trying to be this person. I don't want to keep trying to do this person aren't going to like me. And I'm just gonna be myself and give things a bad version of myself, right? I think so.
2 repair kits remaining.
A lot of
Phase 3.5. Reconfiguring energy draw and maximum value for all activators.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Service because it wasn't, and this is why I don't like all the comments on the issues, right? It's because like I have a moral compass. It just doesn't point north. And so when I think of something's morality,
let's take a break for now,
I don't think about it the way that other, I think, normal people think about it. And so I learned that about myself pretty early on, and that's why I would want her to like explain everything to me. Because I could see, like, in school, I would have it happen. And so, like, I really only understand a lot of, like, you know, sympathy and, like, emotions or, like, morals or, like, empathy with people. I understand it through, like, through a lens, right? It's not, like, intuitive to me in a way, but I'm very good at faking it. I'm very good at faking it, and I'm very good at, like, intellectualizing it to the point where I can intuit it in most of the time. Most of the time I can intuit it, but when things become very morally based, that's when I usually don't like making comments on them.
Back to work,
because I feel like I almost always make a mistake. I always say something that's like wrong.
Walter.
I don't know, like that's kind of that's the way that I would explain it in the best way.
Either this guy has the strongest immune system in the world, or the soap he uses to wash his food can eliminate every single disease on the planet.
He's
probably
known for
taking
movie.
half food, half a living organism, and turning it back to normal by giving it a bath.
Raven, let's start by finding our way in.
Yeah.
Watch your footing.
Soap in there?
You don't want to fall into those lasers.
High-level threat detected. Threat level 8. Defense phase 4.0.
This area is defended by snipers. Don't let them shoot you down.
High-level threat. Step up to intruder.
AP at 50%.
I've watched plenty of crackheads that live in like trailers do this exact same stuff here in the US. It's nothing really special.
2 repair kits remaining.
Plenty of crackheads. Yeah. That's not so good.
Trace around the outside, 621. There must be a way in.
What? What's it? So it's like, yeah, they recommend not doing it, but you can just cut off a bigger amount of it, and it's okay. Yeah. What they're saying is like the mold has expanded beyond what's visibly, like what's visible, but if you cut off more of it, it'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, like, my mom would do that all the time. I thought it was disgusting, but she would do it, and she never did it.
He's never bought a single movie.
Yeah.
I never get sick. Even I find it hard I was not that popular, so all I could afford to eat was the rotten food. But yeah, I think I am freakishly healthier than normal people. Or maybe I'm just used to it by now. Damn.
I think a lot of people just get used to it. Their body is adapted to it, and they don't have that type of have that type of issue, right? It's like that one guy who would smoke cigarettes and eat dead porcupines for like every hour, and he was like 84 or like 94 or something like that. And then they had to take a shower and he died. So yeah, no, I not that. And or she'll, yeah, no, it's just the human body evolves to adapt to these things. That's just what's normal.
I should have used more dirt when I was a kid. He might be worse than someone still like bacteria, but he's pretty good. Cooking services.
I don't even know what that is. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm also showing at least 30 parts of his TikToks.
Yeah.
Some of the food he scrunches up looks like it came from a nightmare. Okay, if you want to think about what these ingredients looked like before, he made a slightly upgraded Lunchable pizza.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I'd eat that. That's fine.
After doing this for some time, he's built up a cult following that's let him move into a bigger and cleaner living space. This is a literal rise and mold religious story. How do you feel about your content now? I started TikTok at the rock bottom of my life. That was before I couldn't do anything right. Like my life was just going wrong. That's why I started TikTok. And I am happy. Do you videos? Yeah, because this is my brand now. And I like doing it, not just for the content, but because I genuinely like it. I still wish to continue eating rotten food.
Yeah.
Anyways, a cult as a spirit.
Well, if he likes doing it, good for him. Yeah, how about that? Good for him.
Is wild. We have a strange fascination with observing people at their worst and then rooting for them to get better. The other content creator who I mentioned, who's also a introduction as a Ritsu, also has a cult. Here's her review of which type of flour is the best type of dry shampoo for unwashed hair.
It's a mistake to use dry shampoo. It's supposed to have, like bacteria on it. And so what you need to do is, what do you call it? You just stop doing everything. And your body will naturally make that stuff go away. Like I stopped showering completely for 3 hours. And it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. It was. It was really was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made at all. And it keeps my hair problems massive. And causes bald. No, it didn't cause bald. And yeah. And no, I don't smell bad. I mean, I don't. Like, I don't know, like, if somebody, if people are talking shit, I do not smell bad. Like, the smelling like dust or whatever, I don't smell like that. It smells like dust, but I don't. I tell you that, I definitely don't. No fucking shot. How's your sense of smell? I can only smell dead animals. some types of poison. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, you should never use dry shampoo on your hair because your body is meant to be it's like a self-correcting machine. It's like you don't want to put water on your PC to cool it down. Just let the fan do its job.
Find the pressure chamber 621. Destroy it. The resulting overload will cause the reactor core to explode.
Yeah. That doesn't matter. Yeah, this is stupid.
I will say she's definitely.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys this, right? Asmongold, Steak, and.
The threat has entered the reactor. Defense phase 4.5. Fight back, Raven.
I went above and beyond to keep that laser barrier going. PCA wanted this place locked down no matter what.
Right-hand ammunition at 50%.
Defense weapon destroyed. The pressure chamber is behind that partition.
Nothing at all. Yep, I didn't have any problems, anything like that.
There, 621.
It's clean.
Destroy the target.
Totally fucking clean.
Pressure chamber destroyed. Get out of there before it explodes, 621.
Yeah, I was recalibrating. That's what it was.
The partition!
Defense program phase 5.0. Hazard sequence terminated red.
Cooks in this kitchen, and they keep coming towards my food. It's making me nervous.
I've eaten bugs in my food before. It doesn't really matter. People act like it's a big deal. People eat bugs normally. Like, they eat bugs in India all the time. It's not like if you eat a bug, you're gonna die.
There, 621. Destroy the target. Pressure chamber destroyed. Get out of there before it explodes, 621.
The partition!
Defense program phase 5.0. Hazard sequence terminated red.
No biosense. There's no pilot.
This institute.
Meltdown in progress. Calculating time until core explosion. Raven, there's only 2 minutes left.
Upgraded to threat level 9. Terminated.
Repair kits remaining. AP at 50%. One repair kit remaining.
Did you get it?
Raven, release the partitions.
See, this is the real thing that really is confusing to me about this. Is that, like, I've had a lot of bugs and rats in my room.
You've got a job to do, 621.
Like, this situation.
Don't fail me now.
Raven, you have to get clear.
It's gonna blow. Brace for impact.
There's like not a lot of other like maybe she leaves enough food out or like that doesn't happen. But like they'll eat my clothes and I'll have like holes in my clothes and stuff like that from like rats and bugs eating them out. And
that was a close one.
Like that's why like is like she's not like, does she have that problem or not? I don't know. Those are just American bugs? You think the American bugs are fatter, so they eat more
laser
food?
barrier's weakening.
That's like your own sweat? Yeah, exactly. Like, and it's not even just sweat. It's like well, they'll eat the dead skin off of the, what do you call it? Off of the clothes, and then they'll eat the clothes in the process, right? Because they'd be like, yeah. You produce oil, yeah. That's what I don't understand.
I'm assuming she's used to living like this. There's not a hint of fear in her voice. And does this pod also have bug-repelling force field properties built into it? What the heck kind of advanced products are Japanese people making? She's also gained a cult following herself.
There's a lot of people that watch her. Yeah, look at this. Well, good for her. I should watch this myself.
The audience reaction, based on the comments, is usually confused, scared, worried, and fascinated, since her demeanor doesn't really match her lifestyle. I think the brand she's going for is a subculture in Japan called Jirai-kei, or landmine style, an aesthetic that combines cute feminine gothic fashion with someone who is on the verge of an emotional breakdown. Some people...
That's called a female streamer. That's crazy.
Wear the fashion, while others embrace the entire lifestyle. She even did her own cosplay of landmine style makeup. I think it might be a parody, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, she will look like it. She's obviously parodying herself. Shouldn't like that.
After watching a bunch of her content, I'm starting to wonder if this is actually real or some kind of social experiment. I use Google Translate to read her bios and captions since it's all in Japanese. So
I think that it's usually like, so
arena combat
there's probably a bit of both, where it's like there's probably some degree of realism, but there's also some degree of goofism, where it's like you have like some it's a bit of both. Like that's kind of what I'm expecting, right? That's more of what I'm expecting. It's like kind of going in that middle ground.
At 30%.
Like for like my bedroom, because there'd be like rats trapped in my room, and then they'd like, you know, they'd be stuck in there, so they can like get in and out of my room even with the door closed. So like there's some stuff that you don't fake, and there's other things that you do fake, right? Like I like you can't really fake. I mean, I guess you could fake that, but like it's something that you wouldn't even. And this is the thing, right? Is like you wouldn't even think of that. And I think that this is why, like, for me, if you have me evaluate this stuff, I can tell you how much of it is real and how much isn't. Can I chew through metal? Not really, no. I mean, like, like a raccoon can, but not a mouse. I mean, and it's like, it's always like a matter of time. Like, over time, they probably could, but not really.
Take this broken English with a grain of salt. Concurrent viewership is #1 in Japan. The most entertaining and genius streamer in Japan. Unauthorized reproduction prohibited. Legal action taken. There are even comments questioning if she actually lives in this house. First of all, how would you even sleep? Second, do bugs need sleep? It's hard to say for sure if this is a cosplay of someone with a really strange lifestyle. If it is, then interesting.
Well, it's easy to do that. So like a lot of people sleep like this if you're sleeping outside. Is you can just put a bug net over yourself and then sleep so the bugs don't bother you if you're like a light sleeper, and then just put the blanket over yourself. That way you don't have a, what do you call it? You don't have them waking you up. And also, like, because this is another issue, that's OP, I didn't know that. Yeah, I used to sleep with my headphones on because, like, bugs can crawl in your ears and lay eggs in your ears. And so, like, that's another thing. That's why, like, that's one of the reasons why, like, anytime that you'll ever see me, even in videos where, and you'll notice this if you look at, like, a lot of my old videos, I'm always wearing headphones. I don't know if you notice that, I'm always wearing headphones all the time.
You definitely have people curious about the character you're playing, but if she's actually going through something, is the audience that she's building enabling her unhealthy behavior?
Of course they are.
Or is this just a simulation? Or will this be another moldy rice to riches story?
I've got to find this girl.
No one should be thinking this is a lifestyle to strive for. A little bed rotting here and there in moderation is okay, as long as you can pick yourself up afterwards. These extreme
this is like, I think these people are like the version, it's like, this is the same version of like Nikado Avocado, where it's like you can have like a fat girl that watches like a even fatter girl eat more food than she is, so she feels better about the amount of food that she's eating. I think this is really what's happening, right? Yeah, exactly.
Of gaining a following by living in a garbage house are rare instances of someone getting famous by showcasing their bizarre lifestyle, when in reality, there are a lot of people struggling like this without the money and fame. It's very fascinating, and I'm seated for some more plot development. Do these people end up cleaning their houses and getting their life together? Also wondering, is this the secret to turning your immune system into an impenetrable fortress? Because how are they still out here looking normal? I'm surprised they're not turning green
Main
like
system
a Sims or
activating
that
combat
green.
mode.
You can look at me, right? So, as I said, I think I had COVID.
Concluding evaluation.
Maybe
Well
like
done.
like a month ago. Like I was thinking about it. I think I don't even really know. I'm not even because I was like coughing a little bit, but I'm not really sure. You killed COVID? Yeah, maybe. Get it like once every 2 months. But I didn't really notice it. And like whenever we go to conventions, like you know how everybody gets like convention fatigue and they get sick from conventions, and like they get sick from all these big get-togethers. The con crud, yeah. Isn't it crazy how like I'm always streaming the next day? Yeah. That's nuts. How about that?
From Wicked. They must have plus 100 and poison resistance or something. Spending 5 minutes in any of these houses would have me feeling nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea. Hey, that's abysmal. You know what else can prevent you from getting sick? The YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoyed the content to see more of my videos. You'll also get a +2 stat boost against germs, toxins, and the common cold. Disclaimer, percentages can vary based on individual experiences. Have a good day, try not to be dumb, and see you in the next one.
Yo, what's going on? I'm gonna be honest, like I don't think a lot of this is like really all that bad. Like, I mean, yeah, this girl is, I mean, she's definitely, I mean, she's pretty nutso, right? I mean, she's definitely a bit nuts, and like you just look at her and you can tell that. But at the same time, like, you might think that like there's a lot of ways that you can fix these problems that you might not really be able to predict or think about like unless you really know about them. So like for example, like the bug mat, right? You could just put one of those over yourself. Like those are very easy to do. You don't have to worry about bugs, and you can use your blanket to kind of like keep it pressed down. It's not really a big issue. And then also it's not going to interfere with oxygen because there's holes through it, but the holes aren't that small. It's not that big of a deal. And like, let me think before. So yeah, this is what's really confusing to me about this topic though, is that whenever I've had a lot of bugs and animals that have been like living in like where I'm at, what I've had happen is that like they'll eat all of my clothes. Like, I don't know, do I have any, I mean, I've probably thrown a lot of it away by now, right? But like a lot of my clothes, there'll be like holes and like just massive holes in them. Cause like the rats and like I didn't really bother like worrying about it because like, well, why would I worry about like rats eating my clothes? Because it would, it would make the clothes breathe better, right? Because like then they would have more airflow and it would look kind of cool, right? So I kind of would just let them eat the clothes anyway, so it was fine. And it, you know, there's a spectrum, right? Where it's like they eat so much of it and now it's like you can't wear the clothes anymore, but you're gonna change clothes anyway. But for most of the clothes that I wear, like for example, like this shirt here, I've had this shirt ever since I remember I wore this to school in 9th grade. And, you know, like there you go, everything's totally fine. So
main system activating combat mode.
That's really the way that I've had it. Yeah, I've had it for 3 years. Right? So there's that.
Target destroyed.
Yeah.
Your next opponent stands at the apex of the arena.
Let's go ahead and I'll look at the rest of these, okay? There's a lesson on this bit. No, because like if you, and this is what's kind of fucked up about it to me, is like if I look at my old videos and when this came out, like, let me see if I can find some old stuff, right? Current streaming setup, I think that's pretty clean overall. Like that's not really so bad. There's this one here, right? So this is from, I guess, Mr.
Final
Pandaria.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program. This will be the last evaluation.
It's a preview. Just kind of guess.
Main system activating combat mode.
It's looking good. You know, I've got a... Yeah. They turn green.
Let me just get in here.
Yeah.
So that's been a few days.
Target destroyed.
Actually, that's not a few days. That's like last week.
I love Wendy's chili.
This concludes all evaluations. We thank you for your cooperation.
And this is last month's. I don't even want to open this one up, honestly.
See, this is back whenever I was still using normal spoons. This is such a mistake because then I had to clean the spoon.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
No bugs. I cut them in half.
See, it's already started to turn yellow and black and everything.
Yeah.
So because like sometimes I smell it. That's when I shoot back to release it. Because it was like real hot, so like the mold was like fermenting. And that was actually pretty good. I didn't really eat a lot of the chili though. I don't know why. But I got all the nuggets, I'll tell you that right now. I got my rubber band ball, how about that? That's real fucking cool.
Where did that go?
I got my water bottle with the Gatorade. This is basically a science experiment at this point. This Gatorade bottle's been there for years.
That's crazy because it's still there, and so it's been there for years, and this was years ago? This was 2017, and it had been there for years. Wow, I wonder how old it really is.
Really, what's going on with that?
Yeah.
That's not nothing wrong with that. It's just pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on with the room. Nothing really too crazy. Just a couple of like moldy things, but nothing really out of the ordinary. And so there you guys go. I know a lot of people have been wondering, and well, now you know.
So there's that one, and that was like an update video, and then there was this one. This is an old video. Oh yeah, this is me throwing drinks out the window. Because I threw out so many drinks in my backyard that the neighbors were complaining about raccoons. Yeah. It was so bad. Because they couldn't have birthday parties outside anymore because there were so many wasps. It's like when you say it, it is. It's really something, right? But like,
just get it.
There it is. And so, what I look at it, and it's like this is from August 10th, 2010. And so I look at these girls that are doing it, and this girl is from 1999.
Main system activating combat mode.
There's a non-zero
probability. Get in there, you maggots!
Looks like August sent some clown on a suicide mission. True.
Oh my god.
The only clown around here is you, Kennebec. You're talking about the wall climber, the worm killer, the only gun 13 has managed to live this long. Until the Liger Tail deploys, the odds are not in your favor. You better keep the emergency eject primed.
Second wave incoming.
Yeah. I heard that first took down Gun 5 at Guasu.
Guasu? Oh yeah, the deserter who pissed his pants and ran.
Albany, I forgot we still kept you around. Iguasu's worth 100 of you, which means, Albany, the Merc is worth 20 of him. You're doing nothing productive. Why don't you do the math for us?
The answer's 2,000 Albany, sir!
Yeah.
Shut your stink hole and start shooting!
Sir, yes, sir!
Third wave incoming, Raven.
And it's like,
Geronimo!
some of these people probably saw me.
Liger Tail's gonna be good to go soon. Keep the target busy.
Started doing it. I could have been one of the
Come on,
first people.
sir. You gonna ride out to steal all the credit? You got plenty of medals already, sir. We want some of the glory, too.
Fine. Whoever takes down Gun 13 gets to take home a Balaam Cobalt medal. They're good, you know. They go real far when you throw them.
All Liger Tail checks complete, sir. Don't push the old girl too hard, huh?
Fine. I damn near missed the show, Potomac. Listen up, maggots. This field trip is now a hunting expedition. You can go home now, or follow me if you got a death wish.
Ready to die, sir!
And he if the bear wasn't in the bag, it would get...
Those of you who withdrew, keep your lousy asses low.
Yeah, no,
you're gonna need more training. Put that in your diaries.
Sir, I'm using the maggot, sir!
If it isn't Osawa, a resident mathematician. Go multiply your rifle training and see if you can learn to do something useful.
Oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, that's sexy. I mean, other rooms I have are like a lot more normal than like my kitchen. Like it's like really a set. It's more like a radius where it's like the bugs that is primarily focused around this room. So there's probably not
50 Balaam MTs destroyed. Can't have anything left to throw.
That's not how it works. Roaches infest everything. No, that's not.
Light shoulder ammunition at 50%.
In the other places, but there'll be like 50 roaches in one place and like 2. And see, like that's the crazy thing. That's crazy. Yeah, the highway? No, there's a lot of them. They got really active in the morning. Super active.
50%. Left shoulder ammunition at 30%.
It's okay. What I do is I keep it back and I back it.
Nothing one first, shoot it below!
At like 5 o'clock.
Guess HQ needs your help with the map, Osawa.
At least we can add numbers.
And then I took 3 maps.
Light shoulder ammunition at 30%.
Around and then the problem went away. I saw like 3 other issues and then that was it. Yeah, I never had to deal with any more of them.
One repair kit remaining.
The Balaam MT squad has been wiped out. That just means mission.
Watch and learn, maggots. I'll show you how to slug it out.
Left-hand ammunition at 50%. Right-hand ammunition at 50%. AP at 50%. Right shoulder ammunition at 10%. Left shoulder ammunition depleted.
Maggots.
So this is like, if you guys want my honest,
Tell
like,
this to posterity. Mean old Michigan
real like opinion about this,
AC light
let me
hotel
watch
destroyed.
like 2 more
Gun
and
one
then I'll
Michigan
give my
down.
real opinion.
It's over. Good holding out since 2-1.
This doesn't look dirty at all. This is completely clean. Look at this. There's no bugs anywhere. Yeah. There's no bugs. It's a hotel? Yeah, maybe you're right. Is it soy sauce?
One new met.
I'm glad you got your bear with you. So did she move away?
Oh,
this is the... Yeah, this is definitely a new place because the bear doesn't have... It's not in the bag anymore. Yeah, see? And you can also tell, one point you can tell if somebody is like really dirty is like right here on their hands. And so, yeah, she takes, like, she's not like super dirty. You can tell, yeah, it's their nails. Because, like, there's dirt in their nails. Their teeth are clean? No, it's okay. Like, I used to, the reason why, like, and people always comment on this, I don't do it as much now, but, like, I have a habit of letting my nails grow longer, because when I would have holes in my teeth, I would need to use longer nails to pick the food out of the holes in my teeth, but that's not really as much of an issue anymore. Yeah, so I had like, yeah, I had longer nails for that reason. A toothpick? It's just not an extra problem. Yeah, so did she change like her... Yeah. Good for her, yeah, right. I mean, and so, but then now she's back. Now she's back in this. Oh, she does the same thing that I do. I do this too. After I open a box from Amazon, I'll stab the knife that I opened the box with back into the box. Yeah, like, just to practice, because I used to not really be very good at knife throwing, and I will step back and like try to just like throw it, you know, from like 2 or 3. Yeah. What needs to be good at it? It is what it is. That's a cantaloupe.
Main system activating combat mode.
Yeah.
Commence mission. Make your way down to the next depth.
That's why she has it in the bag. Is to avoid having the bugs eat it because of the skin particles. And so, okay, this is my verdict. I think this is most of the work, but it's partially an act, obviously. I think that she's playing it up about 20% of the way through. I do think that a lot of it is probably real. And I would even say that the majority of it is probably real.
Head to the lower depth.
But I don't think that she sleeps at... I don't know. But, like, I do know that if you... It depends on how often she showers, right? Because if she showers all the time, the bugs probably won't be as bad. But if she doesn't shower a lot... Well, but then she's talking about using dry shampoo all the time because she didn't need to shower. I don't know. She's only getting attention because she's attractive? No, yeah, and that's very important, right? Is like this strategy only really works for like girls that are attractive. It definitely does, because there's like a lot of guys that like watch and they're like, oh, I can fix her, like I can, you know, like that's definitely, she's not attractive. Yeah, I don't know, like I would say that she's above average for being attractive, right? As somebody who is a professional at looking at girls, I would say that, yeah, this is definitely above average. Like, you think that she's not above average? Go to Walmart. Go to Walmart right now. Like, she's not sitting in a motorized scooter, you know, with a you know, like one of those like little grabbers, so she can get you know, the fucking the big bag of Hershey's Kisses off of the top aisle. you know, not 450 pounds, exactly. So this is, yeah, above average in Texas, exactly. Yeah, and so I think that, like, she's playing it up a little bit, but there's certain elements of this that I do think are definitely real. And what I would assume is that there's probably potentially multiple rooms in the house, and one of the rooms is like more or like less dirty than the other rooms. Yeah, she's been doing this for really kind of a long time. And you can see, yeah. And she didn't have any bugs right here, and this was only 5 years ago. Yeah.
Something's jamming the radar.
She even does the
Must be
Pokemon
interference
dance.
from
Well,
the
good
active
for her.
coral. Rely on your eyes and ears.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any other videos of her at her house.
Coral response from inside the creature. Watch out.
Yeah, there you go. I see what's happening. So she left a lot of food out, and it got worse over time. Because of that. Yeah, she's not drinking for a while. That's pretty good. Drinking soda to diet.
Raiding pods for the mealworms. Looks like they're out of commission now.
Why are you spending so much time on this?
Raiden, I'm reading something behind us.
Like it, I find
It's
it to
getting
be
closer.
interesting because I see a lot of other people like it's the same. Because like I did the same thing a lot, and like to be honest with you guys,
I don't want to dance to their tune, but this time, I don't have any other choice. I'm coming, buddy. They set you both up. 621. Make it through this alive. That's your job now. We have to keep pressing on.
Yeah,
response. Coming from the bottom of the pit. Let's keep moving, Raven.
You're not calling up just to go.
It's close.
And
I'm not just ragging on her. I'm saying that you didn't just get this out of nowhere. And think about it. I'm going to take photos of
A city
you know.
from before the fires of Ibis.
You were posting those photos. I'm talking about when you posted
on MySpace, yeah.
Of the like I said the classic pot of mold. I had no idea what was underneath.
Can you explain what that was?
It was a pot. And it was
Raven,
solid
but only it
mold.
lets.
It had to be at least a couple of inches deep. And I don't know what was underneath it because that's what
Grits. It was bacon and grits. She made grits, and then the mold would build up, and then she'd put tea bags on the mold, and then the mold would like have like a mound on top of the pot, and then she'd put cigarette butts into the different.
Well, I know, and the cigarette butts, there were so many fucking cigarette butts that they stuck out like a porcupine. I mean, it was you couldn't put another cigarette butt out of there. And, I mean, it was, and I would come over, you know, I worked, fucking, 50 hours a week. Then I'm driving back and forth in the brush hour, and I'm coming down to his house, and I'm going out at night, and I'm doing around, I'm still coming over and washing their fucking dishes. Until one day I said, what the fuck am I doing? And I come up there and I see all that crap on his desk because I grew up in this shithole. And I told the story on about his mom coming in one night, and she turned on the light, and then she said, "Wake up, wake up." And I said, "What?" And she says, "Brush off your lip, because all along my upper lip, on the edges of my mustache, there was a whole line of roaches feasting out."
Yeah.
And so, you know, I lived literally in a garage.
Yeah.
The door swings up, and you know, I so I could ride my motorcycle in and out, change them all and all there. And it's right next to my bed.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I grew up a lot like this, you know, and so when I got older, I mean, I decided to have a nicer place. He did the same thing to my fucking car. Trashed my car.
I trashed your car?
Yeah, well, my Mustang.
Oh, yeah, no, I did.
Yeah, when you traded it in, it was still my car, because you wouldn't take responsibility for it.
I don't want to deal with the paperwork. Yeah, no, but like, you got to admit, after we had that guy clean it, was it ever dirty after that?
That was pretty clean, and I was the one who hired the guy to clean it.
You did, and that's because I threw up in the car, and it got cooked onto the car.
Yeah, I know. I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not an irregular thing with me when I was heavy drinking.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But yeah, you ought to see the living room. It's stacked up with shit. It's his shit on top of her shit. And she's got Amazon boxes down there of crap she ordered and never even fucking opened. It's never been opened. She's been dead almost 3 years. And, her room is like a shrine. He hadn't touched the fucking thing in there. I mean, I took out candy bars and some other shit I wanted, but that was all I took out. So, I mean, it was, and she would throw out more food, both of the two of them, would throw out more food than I would eat in a week. And that's when I was eating a lot. And so, I mean, his stuff is like partially true and not partially true, and it's the way he grew up. And that's why guys like to come over, and guys like to come over to my house, so they could just drop cigarettes on the floor. We had concrete floors, and they could just put them out, and we don't give a fuck. When I was growing up, that's the way he was.
Yeah.
But sometime along the line, I decided, to clean up my act, and it was, things were like, yeah, there you go, there's the kitchen. And that's looking pretty good. And anytime I go over to his house, he's got boxes, like 4 cookies in each one. and that's because the chocolate chip cookies got stiff, and so he they're not really stale, but it's stiff, and so he just buys another box.
I don't want to eat it. Yeah.
And those rats, that is really a rat.
Yeah.
I mean, Mom and I had them in the wall. And they were driving us fucking nuts. So I just took my .22 and I shot them right through the fucking wall.
Yeah.
And what I didn't think of is that the smell of them would come out through the electrical receptacles, you know? Where you
Yeah.
Holy shit! I mean,
It's bad.
Right in our face. So I had to tape over. I just taped over. I said, fuck it. And I just taped over it with duct tape until finally the smell went away.
Yeah.
I used to shoot rats out of my attic, and sometimes they fall right out of my fucking bed.
Yeah.
Back in my bed. Had an attic access up there when I was a kid. I used to, and the rats would run back and forth, and it was like a little shooting gallery. But that was nothing to me. I mean,
that's just the way it is. Yeah.
So with the mosquito netting he's talking about.
Yeah, but like that's what I think it probably was, right? Because like if you sleep with that shit on top of you, it's fine.
Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah. Because you were the one that told me that's how I know about it.
You mean from my jungle hammock?
Yeah.
Yeah. And man, you did not sleep on the ground out there.
Yeah.
You don't. You get carried away in the middle of the night by big gators. But
main system activating combat mode.
The rabbits in the backyard.
Commence mission.
Let's go. V2 Snail, come in. Requesting backup. We have insufficient force to ensure success.
These Institute relics are such pests.
Looks like the drones are keeping them busy.
Independent mercenary. Decided to ignore Archivist's orders, did you?
V2 Snail, come in. The Raven has landed. Requesting backup.
Did I? Misread the signs.
Okay.
He was right, V2 Snail, come in. Friendly AC down. Requesting backup. This is too risky. Commander, V2 Snail. Please, come in. This is Materlink. Requesting backup.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Please, Snail, come in.
Vespers left her for dead. Wasn't pretty.
The Archivist AC squad has been eliminated.
Secure the area, 621. Looks like you're clear. Keep moving. The vascular plant. It's still here.
He must mean that gigantic structure in the distance.
That's crazy. Yeah. But it's not like a whole like I've seen worse formatting like a journalism website. Like it's just like where should I put that? At one point everyone wanted to get a picture together and I look like an actual skinwalker in them. Here's the photo. You won't find this on the internet because as far as I know, no one used it. Maybe I'm wrong though. Right after taking this photo, however, Nancy brought everyone back to the photo specifically without me in it. And there's nothing wrong with wanting photos with your friends, but someone supposedly has an issue with me. It's very easy to take photos without me and then post versions excuse me instead. Okay. I remember Dylan was me. I wouldn't take that too seriously. This is a little bit different because he's like, trying to put on one impression of exactly another. But
repair kit remaining.
My last real interaction with Atsu in the entire series, and really into things like
The response is getting stronger.
I don't consider you to be on bad terms, but I do keep you at arm's length simply because I don't really know you. I found it a bit uncomfortable how eager you came across to become your friend.
Right-hand ammunition at 50%. Left shoulder ammunition at 50%.
Certain tweets and actions I saw over time continued to reaffirm to me that it was probably indeed in my best interest to keep you at arm's length. While I would like to elaborate more, I can't say in good faith that I trust you to respect certain degrees of privacy. Well, he's right. He just leaked the DMs. I mean, to be fair, Atsu was kind of right about this, wasn't he? So there it is. Respect the privacy, you keep things fully confidential. I don't think you're a bad person, but I also don't think I can really vibe with you on a friend level. Okay. Atsu is literally lying continuously on his stream, misconstruing, excuse me, the chat, and he literally said that these two pictures are different, then later admitted to editing them. You need to be missing brain cells to be
Right shoulder ammunition at 50%.
This is Braxton. This is Braxton.
Left hand ammunition at 50%. AP at 50%.
This is a tweet that Atsu posted, and he said he's going to see us. So this is his action.
Left shoulder and left hand.
I'm just trying to understand what happened. Yo, what up?
Yo, what up, dog?
I don't know. That's why I was gonna call you. So what the fuck, man?
Yeah, so essentially, I have been
FX Your Life is very well known for being at the top of a. Let's just try it right now. How to fight depression. Okay, let's see.
The vascular plant. It's still here.
How to find.
He must mean that gigantic structure in the distance.
Great sword.
Enemy detected. That machine's running on stable energy for half a century. Perhaps it should be no surprise that humanity so desires coal.
Yeah, it's actually not, because like for the longest time, anytime that you would search for anything on the internet that had to do with a video game, FX Your Life would pop up. It seems like that's not the case as much anymore. So anyway, what happened was that FX Your Life video ahead of time, and that video was a mistake. They should not have done that. So PoE actually made an official statement about this. We've seen some speculation that some people might already have access to the early access version of PoE 2. That's true. They probably do. But part of that stipulation they may share their opinions in the game, but are not allowed to use guide-style content from
One repair kit remaining.
Right. Provides authority to traditional games, which I don't think they deserve or need. I don't think that there's anything that's more authentic or trustworthy with a video game website like Kotaku, IGN, or FX that like something like Force Gaming or Mortismal Gaming or Skill Up don't provide, in my opinion, better. So this weird thing where it's like there's like this kind of like residual authority that these companies have, I think is ridiculous. They should not have any residual authority.
Right-hand ammunition at 50%.
FX Drive has many guides on their website.
AP at 50%.
So
no repair kits remaining.
I'm taking this on FX
Light shoulder ammunition at 50%.
Space.
Left-hand ammunition at 30%. Left shoulder ammunition at 30%.
That's more high gets from these announcements. He's going to have Kevin Hart on screen. Do you really think that this happened for Alan Wake 2? Abso-fucking-lutely not. They were and they
Right shoulder ammunition at 30%.
Now, not only did they do that, but they also as comprehensively as I can. So if I look at the PoE directory,
readings are off the chart. You're close.
So
my brothers and sisters'
this
voices
guy
are
right
stronger
here,
than ever
let's
now.
look at this guy.
It's like
Ken
calling
IP.
to us.
He is at a disadvantage right now because when you open up the web page of this place, you do not see the screen up at the top. So discovery on this platform.
Left shoulder ammunition at 10%. Right hand ammunition at 10%.
So basically, if you're popular, get more popular.
Left hand ammunition at 10%. AP at 50%.
Yes, exactly. It's a top end website, not just on the ASMR section, it's the entire thing. something about it, and Dan Clancy and Twitch recently made a rule where you can't do this anymore. And because of that rule, FX for Life pretty much stopped streaming.
Will be here soon. Investigate before they arrive.
I guess this is one of their most recent streams. I don't know if this one was embedded as well. Yeah, it was probably also embedded. As you can see, 2 from 12 minutes.
Listen up, 621. The IBIS series are no ordinary weapons. They're designed to prevent coral disasters. A security measure to keep Rubicon safe. And now their original masters are long gone. Destroy it before it destroys you.
Taking damage, Raven.
Guides on his website.
Wait.
So
it's coming back.
This is what's also extremely.
It's reactivated.
FX for Life was
Is this what the IBIS series is truly capable
but
of?
they are not allowed to produce guide-style
Resonating
content.
with the core, drawing power from its environment. Won't stop until we destroy its generator.
Guess what happened? Website, so their website got hacked, and so you can't go to their website and get the accurate indication. However, if you look at the version of the website that's available, and you can do this pretty easily, right? My mods were able to do this. You can see that it is a Path of Exile 2 Act 1 walkthrough. After selecting your class, your character will jump to the water, select the movement type you want to use. Note that you can try both things because you can. You'll have a starting weapon at your side, equip it to grab it. There's a skill for you to be found, equip it, and try to advance further. I think this sounds a lot like a guide, guys. What do you think? Does this sound like a guide?
Coordinates in the AC systems.
It sure does. And so it says walkthrough on it, right?
Can't believe they put us on
just a
sewer
compass,
duty.
exactly. And so this is why
Is that an AC? Where'd it come from? That piece of crap's alive. Is that Institute Tech?
They are still at fault.
You should avoid combat
actively
as much as
going
possible,
against
Raven.
what Path of Exile asked them to
I'm
do.
afraid this AC
Because this again is a
no
statement
match for
by
their abilities.
themselves. They may share their opinions of the game, but are not allowed to produce guide-style content from this version. They literally said guide on the cached website. They did. But was that posted?
We're at a disadvantage.
Yeah,
Let's find a way around them.
Posted anything about it?
If they do spot you, your left-hand weapon is equipped with jamming
No,
rounds.
they're not defending. So there are two things that happen. So the first thing that happened is the fact that the game, the video of the game was uploaded to them.
Wait, they're not with us.
Takes accountability, and they said, fucked up. Right? Sorry about that. It's not their fault. This is a separate problem. Now everybody's talking. And I understand the talking, but that's basically what
it is. ECM! Damn it!
Let's see here.
Get lock on!
Raven, now's our chance.
Does anybody else
Here's our way back.
I posted a walkthrough
This
of the game.
AC should have just enough
Difficult,
propulsion.
awful quality, but it contains a number of boss names, including major surprises. Yep, exactly. And this is what happens.
Is this the
Yeah, so
outskirts
there
of
are
Institute City?
The PoE2 wiki
This
exists.
is V6 Vader, calling all security team members.
Nuclear trying out
Raven,
PoE as well.
independent mercenary undergoing re-education, has escaped. Be alert for anyone hiding in the environs of Institute City. Tighten the net.
Archivist is on high alert. User scanners will be in combat situations.
One repair kit
Let's see if I
remaining.
can find the rest of these two. I want to elaborate, and this is never seen. Now, never seen. He's pretty much
unidentified AC. That Raven? Take that rusty old AC. Shut it down.
We'll be in trouble if they spot us.
Like if you go to PoE filter,
unidentified
right?
AC.
Let's look at it right here. Does this seem obnoxious? I don't think so. I think this is incredible. Consider supporting us by disabling your app. This is an extremely reasonable position.
We're not far from our destination, Raven. Walter's message. Is he gone?
Totally fair.
Enemy contact.
I think everybody uses that way too. The FXY wikis are not
Raven,
really community
the
managed.
searchlights.
The community has limited access.
It's
As a
Raven!
PoE player, I want to be able
Neutralize
to
the
Google
fugitive!
unique and end up
What's
in a good wiki
this?
with up-to-date content.
I've checked. It's not a trap.
Provide this level of quality.
We've got eyes on the independent mark.
Go get the core. We will.
Emergency beacon intercepted.
I'm gonna
Been a while, tourist. Good to see you're still kicking. Chief's coming to pick you up. Head to the rendezvous point.
He's from RAD. Carla. She must be involved with Walter's mission.
What? Click wikis at the top of their website. Okay, wikis. Oh my god, look at them all. Okay, PathXL2 wiki. Okay, so I'm not gonna click on that because I know people don't want to see spoilers. But I guess we can look at Monster in the Wild.
No repair kits remaining. Ammunition at 50%.
This is an incredibly useful tool.
This is the
because it
rendezvous
shows you every level, how many skeletons you can get, the different items, the
Enemies
effects,
detected.
and everything. Like this website
found
is
Raven.
incredibly
Close to
well
nuke.
designed. This is a W
This is
website.
V6 Vader.
Insane.
I received orders from V2's mail.
So anyway, PoE website.
If the target resists, you are authorized to use lethal force.
Right?
Stop Raven by all means necessary. You have your orders. Right-hand ammunition AP at 50%.
Right? And it's spam.
Too many of them. Wait,
Fandom wiki is
I'm picking up something else.
Special from PoE, a game that receives updates for a couple of
Company!
months.
There's another AC! I'm reading. Great team! Dozer Junkyard?
Carla's AC. She's backing us up, Raven.
I don't just and escape. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
I think that a lot of people don't like this
Better
website.
book it before more company shows up.
I think that what's so their job.
Sending a chopper.
Well,
we retrieved the tourist's
it is
AC
FX Life's job to do that.
Once we've caught our breath,
wait a minute.
Let's talk.
Let me make sure I'm understanding.
About
this.
Walter.
Are you like defending FX Life, or I just. Yeah, because I want to. But what's wrong with that? Other than breaking NDA with PoE 2? Okay, let me explain. Okay, give me a minute. Sorry, I'm just he's not going to get banned. Why would he get banned? Anyway, do you see the problem when PoE literally says that they don't want people to produce guide-style content, and then they release guide-style content? Do you see how that's kind of an issue? Yeah, like, I mean, you see this? FX Life actually got hacked? Yeah, I know that, but we're not looking at that. Let's not breaking NDA. No, he didn't say that. He said other than breaking NDA. No, he's fine. I use their Elden Ring guide. Should I stop? If you find them useful, you should keep using them. It's that simple. Yeah, of course that's bad. Okay, so then you can... Yeah, right. Okay. So anyway, that's why it's bad. From this version. Yeah, it's important special version for journalists. Yeah, exactly. Made the account the day he followed you. Is he a ban evader? Well, if he was, he's being pretty reasonable. So anyway, this is what's happening. And so a lot of people are really mad about this. In my opinion, I actually kind of wanted to defend FXtra Life. And I had a conversation this morning with like my moderation team, and I was like, I don't think that they're in the wrong. But then I read the post again, and then I saw them, like, people were linking me like the actual guides they had already published. No, I think FXtra Life was absolutely acting in bad faith here. They're absolutely acting in bad faith because they should have never put out guides if it was stated for them not to put out guides. And I think also what's even worse about this is that FXtra Life is actually using the statement made from PoE. Is this it? Yeah. Path of Exile 2 review update. The developer made a mistake when giving us an embargo and accidentally gave us the go-ahead for publishing a review earlier than others. They got in touch, apologized, and asked us to private the video a while longer so everyone else can publish at the same time. It's no big deal. We understand mistakes happen, so we did. We have broken no NDAs or embargoes. It was a mistake on their end. Read from their words. Nobody is censoring anyone. No NDAs or agreements have been broken. This is not important to the overall upcoming launch for such a fun and anticipated title. So, then why did you post the walkthrough? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There it is. And so, holy intellectual dishonesty? Yeah. And literally takes no accountability. Well, they didn't take accountability because, to be fair, with the embargo, they did nothing wrong. That's the truth. They did nothing wrong, and so there's no reason for them to take accountability for that because PoE said that they made the mistake. But there are two things that happened. So what they're doing is they're saying that PoE said that both things were okay, or implying that both things that they did were okay, but PoE never said that the second thing was okay. So what they're doing is they're manipulating the narrative for people that don't understand it very well to paint it in a way that makes it look like it was PoE's mistake, and they're still publishing these guides. Read the last sentence. Please be nice to the devs. It wasn't malicious in any way, and we have nothing but good things to say about them. Yeah, well then just don't publish the guides. Just take the guides down, don't publish those because they said not to do that. It's really simple. Was the walkthrough actually live? It was accessible publicly. I am not sure that it was live because it was sent to me, but I know that it was accessible from a source that was outside of my own. And also the fact that other people were able to look at it on the PoE wiki or the PoE Reddit It's already taken down? Yes. You can still access it live? Okay, there we go. Yep. There you go. It was more of a walkthrough. It was every passive node. Yep. This is a really, really, really good point. And I think Chin, I love people like this because they understand the English language. It doesn't matter if it was live. GGG said not to produce it. So that completely destroys the argument that, oh, well, they just weren't going to publish it yet. They said don't even make them. There you go. It's not too late anyway. If Extra Life gets to have the first mover advantage with regards to guide content now, it's going to bury actual good guide websites like Maxroll on day one. I highly doubt that's going to happen. Yeah, I do. I highly doubt it's going to happen. The first smart chatter this year. Maxroll, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I think it's a much better website. Yeah. So, since first smart chatter this year, well, there's a lot of good chatters, right? There are. And it was definitely not a mistake. They wanted to get ahead of everyone by making only guides. Well, here's the problem, is that what is a good indicator of future performance? Past performance. F Extra Life has systematically and regularly over the years done things that were effectively putting out low quality content and doing things that were effectively like kind of scamming, like with the embedding with their stream. They've been doing that for years. And it's kind of sad because I actually think that F Extra Life in some ways has turned a new leaf. And with their YouTube channel, I think that they've made a number of actually pretty high quality videos recently. And they've done reviews of games, and I think that they're pretty good. So it's really sad for me to see this happen because I've watched a couple of their videos, and I think that they've been a pretty big improvement. So I don't know. I think that they should really trusting a viewbotter. Well, I don't necessarily trust them. I'm just saying that it's sad because I thought that they were moving past that and making good videos again. They still do all of their viewbot shit? They can't. So you can just look it up on Twitch Tracker and you'd know that's not true. What if the person doesn't know which is the best website? That's the problem. The first one is going to be shown? Yeah, sure. F Extra Life wants to be the first search result by getting out there early. That's exactly right. That's what they're doing. They're trying to put themselves out there so activating combat mode. Platform. So yeah.
Get into position, tourist. It's time. I need you to protect that tower until we've managed to take control.
Normalization process K.
Chief, I've cracked some of the defense systems. Good job, Chatty. That'll buy us some time.
And they were doing it in a way that
looks like you're in position.
To
Chatty, how much longer till we have control?
If they want to do it on their website and get sponsors,
give me 5 minutes. And the corpse.
So yeah, everybody in the PoE community
I'm picking up an Archivist MT squad.
I really wanted to get
well, guess it showed up early.
The fact that they published and they put
looks like you're up already, tourist. Give him the old RAD welcome.
I'll support you.
Don't let them near the tower, tourist.
Element of the game. They were
We've got access to support weaponry. Use them if you need the help.
On this website. It's been a nice 2 days. Yep, it's been a good few days. And it's time to take another vacation. You guys ready? Let's start. If they're Muslims, let's call them terrorists. If they're from Israel, call them our greatest ally.
4 minutes left and the system is ours, tourist.
This is probably from Sneeko. Yep, there it is. Exactly. I knew it, bro. 1 second left. I thought it was very, very close. Terrorists don't use millennials. Okay. So I got that one. Bro, what is this? This is a good one, right? Okay, here we go.
necessarily agree with the statements here. They are merely quotes that he is reading, not endorsements nor statements of his opinion. No, actually, I agree with all the terrorist guys. Yeah, obviously I do. I mean, it just makes sense, doesn't it?
3 more minutes.
Yeah, terrorists.
Hang in there, tourist.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, yeah, a lot of terrorists might not believe in mental illness, etc.
Hey,
yeah,
tourist, go clear them out.
No, that way, you know, people will be talking about me on Twitter tonight while I'm playing. Okay, next. October 7th, retaliation going on. This is guaranteed.
Access now. 2 more minutes and it's ours.
What? Okay. 2 for 2.
Wait, we've got something else.
No vital signs. They're suicide drones.
Darren guaranteed terrorist.
Make sure you don't miss, tourists.
Shields offline.
Now.
Reinforcements. There's a lot of them.
Looks like they're falling over each other to get your autograph, tourist.
Raven, heavily armed LC.
Oh man, cause like it is just like, oh, like that guy way more well spoken. Like you can tell which one it's gonna be. Yeah. Probably translated.
You've been working like a dog.
Yeah. Listen.
Just 1 more minute to go, tourist. Give me 30 seconds and we'll have full admin access. Just a little more, tourist.
I was thinking it's just a song of lot, but no. Like that's not true. I think it has to be. It has to be. It's got to be.
Right-hand ammunition at 50%.
No fucking way. Yeah, trick question. All right. I guess it probably wouldn't have made sense. It's the Boston bomber. Oh yeah, I remember that guy. That guy was an asshole. There are Western terrorists in there as well. Okay, so I've got to really. Okay. Oh, it's probably not even true. It's probably lying.
No
Save
new
scum?
messages.
I'm not going to save scum, okay? I got one wrong. I'm at 75% accuracy. You forgot the networking streamers do? You're right about that. But they could... yeah, I don't know. Okay, all right, let's go to the next one. It's okay. Try again. Every day, Israel is killing hundreds of people, burning babies, burning teenagers with American munitions. I think it's Twitch, but like, isn't this true? Like, I feel like this isn't even really a bad one, right? I mean, Israel does a lot of really bad stuff.